Hey guys, this is Kevin Dehaven, your pro trainer. So today we're going to do something a little different. I was going to do a training video, but feeling a little under the weather, so I think we're going to answer some questions. You know, Cornelius and I got a few dozen clients getting ready for shows right now this month. We've got 6 people going down to the Junior USA. A couple weeks ago we had 15 people do a show in South Carolina, did extremely well. So we've got lots of clients coming and going, people getting ready for shows. It's that time of year with contest prep. So one of the main questions we get all the time from any client and people inquiring is just, what's the best diet? And it's a very easy answer, one that you follow. So look guys, if you guys are looking to get in shape, you're trying to get ready for a contest or just get in the shape of your life, find a plan, find someone who can help you, and follow that plan. Once you follow that plan, at the end of that plan, you can see what you liked and what you didn't like and whether it was effective or not. The worst thing you can do is take a plan from one person and then ask everybody in the gym what they think about the plan, and you're getting 10, 12 different answers. So whatever plan you follow that plan 100%. I think you will achieve some serious results that way. So now Brooks has got a few questions he wants to ask.
Yeah, the first one I got is on a low carb diet and you're eating 6 meals a day. Do you prefer eating the carbs just pre and post workout, or do you like breaking them up for all 6 meals?
All right, so if a guy or girl or somebody's doing a pre-contest diet, getting ready for a show, and let's say they have 120 to 150 carbs in the diet, a lot of times I'm going to make half of that from complex carbs and half of that will come from vegetables. So to answer the question, a lot of times I give a little bit of carbs first thing in the morning, and I make sure there's some carbs post-workout. So typically maybe it's meal 1 and possibly meal 4 or 5, just depending on the person's schedule. Now you can take the carbs out of meal 1 and do it before and after your workout. I like to make sure they're in the meal after the workout, and I don't worry so much about the meal before because we're trying to burn fat. So the less carbs you have, carbs are good for fuel, we're going to help you get through that workout, but the less carbs that you have prior to training, the more likely you are to tap into some fat stores for energy. That's why I usually put them with meal 1 and whatever is your post-workout meal.
And another one I got for you is, what do you think is optimal if someone's going to be doing HIIT or steady state cardio? Is that pretty much just based on the person's schedule? Like if you're super busy, would you want to avoid doing an hour of steady state cardio and just kind of break it up and do maybe 15 minutes of HIIT versus doing that long
I got you.
distance training?
It's a case-by-case basis, right? My goal personally is to get you doing as little cardio as possible. I want to do as much work as we can with the nutrition plan, right? If you're not too far out of shape, you shouldn't have to do a ton of cardio. But everybody's a little different. I do prefer steady state in the beginning, either first thing in the morning or post-workout, up until you get a certain duration going. I don't want anybody doing cardio post-workout more than about 30 or 40 minutes tops. Now, as far as the high intensity, a lot of times we have to use that for females. It just takes more work to get that lower body fat off of them. So a lot of times we'll implement some high intensity, maybe 3 or 4 times a week for maybe 20, 25 minutes, and then some steady state. So I do prefer to go steady state unless we have to do the high intensity. But again, it's a case-by-case basis. And again, my goal is to get you to do as little as cardio as possible. Some of us have to do more than others though.
So when someone's deep into a contest prep, do you prefer to increase cardio or cut carbs when someone's fat loss comes to a halt?
Depends on the number of carbs. If I have carbs to work with, the first thing I do is I'm going to keep chipping away at the carbs and keep the cardio kind of the same. A lot of times I'll bring the carbs down a little bit and bring the cardio up some. So if you're doing 25 minutes of cardio, I might tell you to do 30 and I might drop 20 carbs, something like that. So kind of adjust and balance the scales that way. You know, again, it's a case-by-case thing. You might have to do more cardio. Some people would prefer to do more cardio if they get to eat more food. So I have plenty of clients who are like, look, I don't mind doing an hour of cardio a day, but I want to be able to eat 250 carbs, whatever the case may be. And we can work with that too. But as a general rule, as the diet starts, I'm trying to get people to eat as much food as possible so I have more to work with. And as the process evolves, I usually reduce the carbs and increase the cardio slightly.
And then when someone's deep into a caloric deficit, let's say 5 to 6 weeks out, what's your best strategy for sleep?
That's a good one. There's plenty of natural supplements out there you can try to take, as far as melatonin, some stuff with the valerian root and whatnot. That works for some people. It doesn't work for others. I would suggest trying to get your workouts done earlier in the day, because if you train later in the day, you're going to be all wired out at night. But the truth is, at some point, man, it's just really difficult to sleep. With your metabolism's flying, you're a very low body fat percentage, you're miserable, you're angry, you're hungry, you're tired, you're irritable, whatever the case may be. But there is something else that we have done with a bunch of people that's been very successful. Let's say you have 150 carbs to eat for the day. A lot of times, believe it or not, we can put those carbs at the last meal of the day, because I know one of the things that keeps me up at night is I'm starving. So if a guy or girl's got 100, 150 carbs a day, we may put 30 to 50 of those carbs with the last meal of the day, and it sustains them through the night and they're able to get more sleep.